when you talk about that defense, fill in this blank for me, okay? Being defended by Jabari Smith feels like
a bad dream.
a nightmare?
Nightmare.
Hello, Jabari.
What's up? What's up?
Thanks for being here.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh my gosh, already iced out.
Nah.
Hey, I feel like that's a rite of passage in the NBA.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is your first like real sit-down interview as an NBA player.
Yeah, it is
Yeah?
actually. Yep, my first one.
Yeah, I'm sure there's been a bunch of media that you're
There's
like,
been a lot
okay.
of media.
Yeah. How are you feeling about having to like? There's always something to do, always a question to answer.
I mean, I feel like I've been dealing with it fine. You know, it was kind of like that in college, but now it's like a whole nother level. You know, they're asking. Now they're looking for a story, kinda. Now they like the question's kind of deeper, so it's just kind of different.
Yeah, like a little bit of an adjustment. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm happy to have you here. I get really excited whenever we have a Georgia person on the show, because I'm from Gwinnett County.
Okay.
You're from Fayetteville.
Yeah.
So I actually want to start in Georgia. I want you to tell me about Crabapple Elementary School.
That's really like an elementary school where it's like real close to my high school. It's not too far. And basically it's like an elementary school and they got like a full court outside. And kind of like when COVID hit, no gyms was open or nothing like that. So anytime I wasn't with my dad in the gym, like I'll go back home like with my friends, and that was the only thing that was open was that. So we just started making it kind of a thing. And then when COVID ended, like we just kept going. And it kind of ended up being like a little chill spot for us, you know what I'm saying? So,
but the court that you guys would play on, it was an 8-foot hoop,
yeah,
right?
it was like the 10-foot goal was next to it, but on the other one it was 8 foot. So it's like my friends would want to play on the shorter one so they could dunk and all of that, you know what I'm saying? But I still wanted to play, so I still play every now and then. I wouldn't be like ODing, but I still play.
Yeah, and so then Crabapple kind of became like the identity of the group, right? I think I read that you all's fantasy football league also became called Crabapple, which, by the way, have you ever won your fantasy football league?
No, I never won. No, I never won.
Really? You're very upset about it?
I always be consistent like the first like 6 weeks, like always checking my lineup, and then after I just be like, let it go.
Oh, it like falls off for you? Really?
I just stop checking it. I don't know why. I'm gonna be consistent this year though.
Yeah, okay, so if you had to build like your dream fantasy football team, tell me who your quarterback is, 2 wide receivers, and 2 running backs.
All right, you said quarterback. I'm gonna pick Mike Vick. You know, from Atlanta. So Mike Vick. You said running back. My favorite running back growing up was Reggie Bush. Even though he played for the Saints, it was like still kind of my favorite.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're not allowed to like them.
But it was like I still liked him just because who he was, his college story, and all of that. So Reggie Bush. You said 2 wide receivers. Julio Jones, of course. And I would say Calvin Johnson.
Yeah. Were you heartbroken when Julio left Atlanta? I really was.
Yeah, I was. It kind of hurt a little bit.
I mean, he's my favorite.
Yeah, I still be rooting for him, though. I want him to win.
Really? Yeah. We all want the best for Julio. How did you feel about Matt Ryan leaving?
It was kind of like bittersweet because a lot of people didn't like him, but like he was there for so long and like he was our quarterback for such a long time. It was like, I'm gonna miss you, but it's time for somebody to go now.
Yeah, it was time to go. Yeah.
But
I mean, I don't know
thank
how
him for everything, you know. So.
Yeah, I don't know how Mariota's gonna be, but fingers crossed, because I want the Falcons to be really good again.
We're gonna see.
Yeah. All right. So here in Vegas, Summer League, what do you think Summer League has shown you about your game so far?
It's shown me that I can affect the game in a lot more ways than scoring, I would say. My first 2 games, I didn't shoot the ball well. I wasn't scoring the ball well, but I feel like I impacted the game in other ways, such as like defense and rebounding and just encouraging my teammates and just kind of leading. But I feel like that's what I learned most, just other ways I can affect the game and separate myself, really.
I think that for some fans, when they're watching Summer League, since it's the first time they're seeing their new guys on the court, they have like very crazy reactions just because they're like, okay, this is the first time and I don't know what I'm getting. How do you stay level-headed in a game in Summer League when it's maybe not going exactly how you want it to?
It's easy when you got a great coaching staff and great teammates who always are uplifting you, who've seen what you can do and seen what you're capable of. It's like the outside noise really doesn't matter. It's like we're all a unit and we're all a group and we all trying to get better together. So it's like what other people are saying, it really doesn't matter to me. It's like I know that every game I feel like I've played better. I've been more aggressive and like that's the only thing that really matters. We've played better every game, and we're winning, so I'm happy.
Yeah, and I think you have shown some really good stuff this summer league, and you're right, every game has been better than the last.
Yep.
What do you attribute, those mini jumps to between each game?
Just settling in. Like, even when I was in college, like, if you go look at the stats, you go look at the numbers, like, my first few games wasn't great, you know what I'm saying? But when I figure it out and find my niche and find my rhythm, I feel like that's when I'm playing best. That's when I'm having fun with the game and just playing better.
Mm-hmm. So one of the things that's always really interesting about rookies coming in is you are watching the NBA before you're in the NBA. So you have thoughts on teams before you join those teams. So before you were part of the Rockets, when you were watching that team, what did you feel like they needed to improve, and how do you bring some of those things?
I feel like they just needed defense for the most part. They're very talented offensively. You can't take that away from them with KPJ and Jalen Green and Alpi. Like, their offense is not the concern, but at the same time, they wanted somebody who can bring defense and lead that defensive unit. So I feel like that's what I kind of bring. You know what I mean? Still gonna be learning from them. Still gonna be having my ears open, but I really want to come in from day one and just set that tone on defense, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, and we're going to get into you defensively because many people believe you were the best defensive player in this past draft. But I want to talk about draft night a little bit. I remember after the draft, you talked about telling your friends you weren't going to cry. But then you saw your mom and dad cry, and you couldn't help it. What about their tears moved you?
Just the sacrifices they've made, everything we've been through, everything we've been through, we always stayed together. So, like, for them being with me on that night and them really showing their emotions, like, really let it all out for me, because, like, I wouldn't be here without them. Like, the sacrifices they made, everything they put on the line for me, it's like I'm finally here and I finally can pay them back, you know what I mean? So it kind of came out for me.
Yeah. I feel like it's something that no one really gets until they have a kid. Like, I don't understand it, but it's crazy to think about this person that you made eventually goes out and lives this dream that they've been talking about for their entire lives. So the draft night is really, really special for parents too. What did you say to them right after the moment?
I just told them thank you, told them I love them, and this is just the beginning. You know what I mean? Like, a new journey starts. Like I told my dad, like, it's time to amp up the work ethic, time to amp it up a little bit, and it's just time to start a new chapter in my life. So just told him I thank him, and I love him, really.
Yeah. So what emotion did you feel when you heard your name called at number 3 for the Rockets?
I felt kind of surprised because, all the mock drafts and stuff, me talking to other teams, like, I thought I would go higher, but, when it happened, it's like all of the emotions and the frustrations I had when my name wasn't called first or second, it was like it all went out the window, because at the end of the day, I just achieved my lifelong dream, and when the commissioner said my name, it's like so many emotions just left my body, and it was all positive, you know what I mean? So that's kind of how I felt, but I was just really surprised. I wasn't really mad at it. It was just more of a surprise and a shock to me, you know what I mean? Because the 2 players before me, like, they're great, you know what I mean? Nothing against them, but it just felt surprising to me. So all of my emotions just kind of was running at the time.
Yeah. So surprised for when you heard your name at 3, but what's the emotion you felt when you didn't hear your name at 1?
Like I said, surprised, but at the same time, I was just like, okay, that team didn't want me, you know what I mean? Move on, and the next team didn't want me. But when the team finally called my name, it was like, I got to go into this situation and just give it my all, because they took a chance on me when other teams didn't, you know what I mean? So just got to give it my all.
Was that moment as crazy for you as it was for all of us working or watching? Because it was like all of a sudden, everything changed. Was it that kind of same feel?
It was definitely crazy. Like, I was over there shaking. Like, that was the first time I ever, like, felt like, when people say I was shaking, like, I was really shaking. Like, I couldn't, like, stop, you know what I mean? Just because I didn't know where I was going to go, because I thought I was going to go 1 or 2. I didn't go 1 or 2, so who knows? What if I don't go 3? You know what I mean? Like, it was just so many emotions and so many possibilities in my head. But, when my name was called, it was like I said, everything just left my body, and it was like all positive.
Yeah. And the interesting thing too about the draft, it's like everyone is so hyper focused on the players. So you're probably sitting there shaking and feeling way, but you also know all the cameras are on you too, so you're trying to hide it in some ways. Have you rewatched the draft? Like, have you watched that moment of yourself?
Yeah, it comes on TV every now and then, so I see it, and I see, like, how my face was and all of that. So it was just like, every time I see it, the emotion comes back, and I just think about it, and it kind of motivates me a little bit.
Yeah. Has anyone after that happened, has anyone from Orlando reached out to you?
No, but I can see in the tunnels and stuff when we get ready for summer league games, I see some of the people I was with, when I visit them. So I say hey to them, see how they're doing, ask them, and just still interacting with them. It ain't no hurt feelings throw a side eye at them.
Yeah,
like that,
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I still see them. I saw the vice president for OKC, the head coach for OKC, talked to him and just caught up with him. They told me congratulations and all of that, so it was all good.
So no side eye and no bad blood.
Nah.
But you've talked about having a chip on your shoulder. So when you play Orlando, will it feel a little different for you personally?
Yeah, it'll definitely feel a little different. And they know that. Like everybody knows that. So it's nothing I really have to push or nothing like that. It's just something that's going to be in the back of my head. But at the end of the day, I'm still trying to go in there and win.
So, I just want to say this as somebody who obviously works in the media, and I understand how sometimes narratives work and they will follow players. You know that for the beginning of your career, people always tie you and Paolo together.
Yeah.
Even though that's silly and even though it's ridiculous, but they will always point to this and they'll talk about who made the right decision, Orlando, Houston, whatever the case may be. And I feel like that's not fair because you are bigger than whatever draft night is for you. So for any fans, what do you want them to remember about you on draft night?
I want them to remember just how happy I was after I got picked. You know what I mean? When I got drafted, I feel like my face didn't show my true emotion at the time. I was still kind of frustrated a little bit and surprised, but when I got picked, I was real happy to be a Houston Rocket. You know what I mean? I was just so motivated and so ready to work. It was crazy. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what I want people to know and remember.
Yeah, the happiness that came from knowing.
Definitely.
You're in the NBA.
Greatest night of my life.
Yeah, third overall pick. Okay, so everyone always calls it greatest night of their life, which I obviously believe it is. But they also say by the end of the night, you're so tired. Were you just dead after?
Yeah, you're drained. You know what I mean? It starts from early, from you doing whatever you do in the morning. Then you got to go to the luncheon with the commissioner. Then you got to go back to your room, get ready for draft night, take a shower, do all of that. Then you on the bus, and then when you get there, you got to wait in the waiting room. It's a lot of steps to it. But then after it happens, you got to talk to 1,000 people. Then you got to take pictures. It's a lot.
It's
really.
a lot going
it's
on.
Lot. And then after all of that, you got to celebrate with your friends and family. And then the night don't end until whenever it ends, and then it's the next morning. Gotta get on the flight. Get out of here. So
you're right to it.
It's a lot.
Yeah. No, I love that. I'm so excited to be able to watch you play for the Rockets this season. But so I watched a feature that you did with BR Hoops, and in it you're talking about pressure, and you're saying that all of pressure is mental. Now that you have all these expectations around you, third overall pick, bright lights, young team, do you feel pressure?
Definitely. You know what I mean? Pressure is something that I feel like I've been feeling, like I said in the video, since high school, since I was ranked number 6 in the country. All eyes are on you at all times. You know what I mean? Expectations are going to be high, but that's something I worked for. I ain't worked to be low in the draft or nothing like that. You know what I mean? I'm here for a reason, and I'm going to show them I'm here for a reason. So that's kind of how I think about it. But at the same time, you can't think about it, and you know that if you know that you're putting in the work and you know that you're being your best self, there's nothing to really be mad about, no matter what critics say, no matter what anybody says.
Yeah. So, but when you talk about feeling the pressure, right, it's pressure to what?
Just pressure to live up to expectations. You know what I mean? Everybody wants me to come in and basically be what they saw in college. You know what I mean? They picked me so high for a reason because I did what I did in college, did what I did in high school. So it's they're expecting to see the same thing, and if they see something different, that's when they label you as different things like bust and all of that. You know what I mean? So it's just putting in the work and knowing that you're working and knowing that you maximize your potential. Then you can be happy with yourself. It don't really matter what nobody else is saying.
For sure. So when you talk about the pressure of the expectations you feel like people have put on you, what are the expectations you have put on yourself?
For now, or just in general in basketball? In
general in basketball, and for now. What are the expectations for your rookie season?
For my rookie season, I just want to come in and, like I said, impact winning. You know what I mean? Not necessarily score a certain amount of points, do all of that, but I just want to be a big asset to my team. You know what I mean? I want to be somebody who's playing a lot of minutes, somebody who's in the game late in the game, you know, like just somebody who is a very important piece to my team, you know what I mean? Whether that's defense, whether that's offense, whatever it is, I'm gonna be happy with it. And I feel like if that's happening, I feel like we're gonna be winning games. So just winning games and overall making the playoffs, overall winning Rookie of the Year. So those are my goals.
Yeah, absolutely. I love, like, every single person that night was like, I'm Rookie of the Year. I'm like, oh, we got a lot of Rookie of the Years in here. What do you think will separate you in that race for Rookie of the Year?
Both sides of the ball. Like, I feel like I can score and I love defense. Like, defense is something that I pride myself on, something that I focus on going into every game. Like, that's my main priority. It's stopping my man, stopping up the opposing team. So I feel like me being able to play both sides of the ball at a high level will be my case for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. So that is one thing about you. You get excited about defense, which is rare in the NBA. Nobody really wants to play defense in the NBA. How do you feel like you will avoid that allure of focusing on the flashiness, the offensive, side of basketball?
I feel like I won't have no problem adjusting because, like, that's just kind of who I am. Like, I'm not no flashy, you know what I'm saying, no flashy person. So it's like I don't got no problem with doing dirty work. I don't got no problem with doing the little things that help winning, you know what I mean? So I feel like it won't be an adjustment for me. But at the same time, it is a lot of cameras. It is a lot of people in the stands. So, just kind of locking in and focusing.
Yeah, but defense does win the game. And I think that's what's interesting whenever people talk about, you being on that team, as the Rockets didn't necessarily need more offense, which you alluded to, but what they needed was that defender, right? Somebody who was going to help space the floor, and that's exactly what you do as well. So, but when you talk about that defense, fill in this blank for me, okay? Being defended by Jabari Smith feels like
a bad dream.
A nightmare?
Nightmare. Because it's like I'm not the quickest, but when you get by me, I'm 6'10", so you're going to have to finish. You're going to have to find something to do with it. And it's like I do have good feet, so it's like it's just kind of tough. And when I get stronger, when I get even quicker, it's like it's going to be even more scary. So I'm excited.
So you want the guys to have nightmares about you switching onto them in that game. Okay.
Definitely.
I love that. So you have the ability to guard 1 through 5. What type of player do you think gives you the biggest problems on defense?
What type of players? I feel like ones that I would say shooters for the most part. People that can really shoot from deep, I would say, because that forces me to press up into you a little bit more, really slide my feet, really move my feet. So I would say if you can really shoot, really have a quick trigger, I feel like that's going to be the hardest part. I wouldn't say somebody really attacking me as much because I feel like I can hold my ground, you know what I'm saying, contest late with my length. So I feel like somebody who's a really good shooter from distance forces me to press up, and I feel like that's where it would get probably tough for me.
Who are you most excited to defend?
Excited to defend? I would say most excited to defend LeBron, and most excited will probably be Steph, LeBron and Steph.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, I mean, that now you talk about the shooters.
Yeah.
Steph is like, you got to pick him up from half court.
Yeah.
No, that's going to be really fun. What do you think that matchup will look like?
He gonna get my best shot. And I'm gonna get his best shot. So we're gonna see how I go.
Yeah. So when your dad talks about your defense, he says, I want to make sure I say it right. He said there's another level to it. What do you think he means by that?
Like I said, pressing up into the ball more. I feel like right now I still give people space because I know I'm long. I know I can contest late. But when I start playing against the Luka Doncic's and the Stephs and the Kyries, like, you can't let them shoot the shots that, you know what I mean, I would let somebody in college shoot or, any regular person shoot. So it's like when I'm able to press up into the ball and really give those guys trouble, it's going to be really, really tough. That's what I'm going to be guarding the best player every night. I'm going to be guarding, like, the opposing team's best scorer every night. So when he says another level, I feel like he means that. And also me getting stronger, me being able to guard, like, the bigger people. You know what I mean? Like Joel Embiid and all of those guys, like Giannis and all of them. So it's just, like he said, another level to it.
And obviously progression is progression, and that happens in the time that it should. But when do you feel like you see that other level? When do you hope to see it?
I feel like I hope to see it when the season starts. You know what I mean? I got a lot of time to prepare, a lot of time to get my body stronger, get a lot of time to mature and learn more about this game. So by the time the season starts, I feel like I should be like all defensive team caliber, like from day one, really.
Yeah. One thing I've heard you talk about a lot in your interviews is being a hard worker, which I mean is a thing I think a lot of people say, right? I work hard, I like to be in the gym, whatever. You know, we all feel like we are hard workers. But what do you feel like makes you a hard worker?
I feel like it was just kind of, I feel like it's kind of how I was raised. Like, my approach every day is like kind of different. Like if I finish a practice or a workout and feel like I didn't like exert myself or I didn't feel like I worked hard enough, I feel like I'm gonna do more, like all the time. Like I'm always working until I feel like I've satisfied myself for the day. You know what I mean? Like if it's an off day, I'm not just gonna be laying around and like enjoying my off day. I gotta go do something. You know what I mean? I gotta get better in some way, whether that's even watching film, whether that's going to the gym and shooting shots, not even really going hard or intense, just getting better in some way. That's kind of how I was raised.
What do you anticipate, you know, your off season looking like?
My off season looking like a lot of lifting, a lot of getting stronger, a lot really. Like a lot of getting in shape, a lot of just learning about the game, learning from my teammates at training camp, and just filling out this system and this offense and this culture, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I assume, like, do you already know what Houston's going to look like for you? You know where you're living? You know all these things?
I have an idea where I'm living at, but I haven't pulled the trigger on nothing yet, so I'm still looking right now.
Is this going to be, like, the first time you've, like, fully lived alone?
In college, you know, I mean, I had a roommate, but my parents wasn't with me, so, like, I was alone, but this will be the first time I'm really, like, alone.
Yeah, you know like a grown-up.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, that's what I always think just about this stage in rookies' lives. It's like so much is changing for you really, really quickly, and I'm sure it can feel like a lot. How have you dealt with just like this major life change?
It's been kind of not tough, but like kind of different. You know what I mean? Because like you don't have your parents with you a lot. You don't have you don't have somebody like holding your hand a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like in college, I feel like that was my first time really like getting away. And I feel like I did fine. Like I was taking care of myself. I still was working hard, but like at this level, it's kind of different because you're not on no campus. Like you're in a real city. Like things can happen. Like you got to keep yourself safe. Like different things like that come into play, and it's like it's kind of different. You know what I mean? And a lot more people know you than in college, so it's just kind of different.
Do you feel like, you know, as someone who has had bright lights on them for a large chunk of their life, that you almost had to grow up really fast, or at least mature really fast? Definitely,
and like I alluded to earlier, like just how I was raised, like I wasn't baby. You know what I'm saying? Like my parents let me grow up. You know what I mean? It wasn't, like I said, holding my hand or just forcing themselves upon me. Like they let me grow up. They gave me my space, and I feel like that makes me who I am today. Like makes me more mature, makes me more like self-dependent kind of. So I thank them for that. But at the same time, like if I'm in the wrong, they're gonna let me know, and they always gonna make sure I'm doing the right thing and always watching me. You know what I mean?
Now your dad, he stopped playing basketball to focus on being your dad. What conversations have you had with him about that decision he made?
I've kind of told him that like I have to put my all into the game just because he sacrificed so much to be in my life, because you know he grew up without a father figure, so him being in my life, him going out his way to be in my life is real big for me. So I feel like I owe him that, to just pay him back and just go hard for him.
Who's the one person whose opinion you value over all others?
Probably his. You know what I mean? Even if I go with his opinion or don't go with his opinion, it's always going to be in the back of my mind. Like he said, do this. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I agree, sometimes I don't, but at the end of the day, it's always going to be my dad said this. So if I don't go with it and I'm wrong, it's like next time I need to listen to my dad. You know what I'm saying? But then that's just me being 19. It's like, you know how I go.
Yeah. For sure. And I know, I mean, obviously he played such a major role in how you play basketball. Do you ever hear his voice, like, as you're playing?
Oh, all the time. Like anytime I'm doing something wrong, like, I know what he would say. So it's like, it's easy for me to fix it. You know what I mean? And I thank him for that. Like, I thank him for being at my games yelling when I was younger. Like, now I can, like, kind of hear him without him even doing it. Like, I can hear what he would be saying, and I could hear the adjustments that he would want me to make.
Yeah. Okay, give me an example.
For instance, like, on defense, he always emphasizes me having my hands out, me always being big and using my long arms. So anytime I'm on defense and my hands down and, like, a ball is swung past me and my hands aren't up, maybe I could have, like, deflected it. I'll think, like, immediately, like, I got to get my hands up. I know he was probably mad about that. So, like, so the rest of the game, my hands are out, my hands, like, active. So that's something I kind of focus on.
So you just hearing him, hands up, hands up.
Yeah.
I know July 1st, y'all were supposed to play one final one-on-one game.
He pushed it back. He didn't even play me. He didn't play me because he blamed it on, like, me not getting hurt or nothing like that. But he said August 1st now, so we're going to see.
But you're like, nah, you pushed it back because he was about to get.
He know why he pushed it back.
Yeah. But the last time you all played, you won, right?
Yes.
Okay, by how much? Like large margin?
Yeah, it was a large margin.
Okay. We ain't going to put your daddy on blast, but just know you won.
Yeah, it was a large margin.
Okay, this is completely random, but I was just wondering this. So I know your high school was a little upended by COVID, that final year for you.
Yep.
So you didn't get to do McDonald's All-American game, didn't get to do Jordan Brand Classic. Did you get to do things like, did you have a prom?
No. No, I didn't have a prom. I took prom pictures and stuff, but our prom was held in the cafeteria, so I didn't go.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
but so you went junior year, you're saying?
Junior year, it got shut down by COVID too, because that was like, when I was a junior, the COVID thing hit around March, and our prom was supposed to be in, like, I want to say maybe April or May.
Yeah.
So that one was cut, and then senior year, everything was getting back to normal, like, towards the end, but they didn't have it at, like, no, big place or nothing like that. It was just like, we're going to do it in the cafeteria, and I was like, no.
You're like, no.
I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah, because I mean, I was thinking about the things that you would miss out on because things that got shut down. But it seems like you weren't like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
missed out on prom.
it was some things, like the McDonald's All-American game definitely hurt me. You know what I mean? Prom kind of hurt too, because it's like, in my junior year, I was going to go. Like, when I went my junior year, I was saying, if it's not what it seems, or if it's not, like, fun, I'm not going to go my senior year. But my junior year, I'm going to go. But when it got shut down, it was like, my senior year, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, I don't know if I want to go or not. But, like, when they said it was going to be in the cafeteria, I was like, I'm not finna spend all this money.
To go in the cafeteria.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
So.
but no, I mean, because just going to prom is just a thing, It's like a thing everyone does. You go to prom, and for it to be like, oh my COVID, makes me very sad for high schoolers at that time. What do you think you would have shown in that McDonald's All-American game?
I haven't even thought about what I would have shown. I just know how fun it would have been. Like, just even practicing and just, like playing on TV, like ESPN, like, it would just been crazy, really.
Yeah.
Like, and me watching all the games before me, so it would have been crazy.
Graduation didn't change, though, right? Like, you still had a ceremony?
Yeah, we had a graduation. Yeah, it was on our football field, so it was pretty cool. It rained, but it was all good.
Yeah, but it was still good.
Yeah.
You got the cap and gown, you did all the things.
Yeah.
So I believe I read that growing up, you actually dreamed about playing for Calipari at Kentucky. But then I guess because they ended up seeing your potential late, you're like, I want to be with a team that saw it really early.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, how much did you want to be at Kentucky?
When I grew up, I was always watching Kentucky, like Anthony Davis, Karl Anthony Towns, like De'Aaron Fox, like Malik Monk, like all of those people. I was always watching them. Like, that was where I wanted to go. Like, when I was younger, I always said, like, I want to go to Kentucky. Like, that's the school I'm going to go to. But it's like when I got older and teams started recruiting me, like, I had offers from Georgia, like Auburn, like LSU. Like, when I started getting offers like that, I'm like, Kentucky, like, where you at? You know what I'm saying? Like, they haven't offered me yet, but people tell me, like, Blue Bloods come in late. They don't really offer this early. And I'm like, why?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what are y'all not seeing? So it was like, when my decision came, it was like, I'm going to go for somebody who's seen my potential early and who really, really, really want me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want somebody who just saw my ranking and saw all of this and was like, we're going to recruit him now. Like, nah. I want somebody who's been watching me since I was in 10th grade, 9th grade, you know what I mean? So that's kind of, the loyalty part came into it a little bit.
Totally. But I mean, all things work out as they should, because you could argue that, like, this maybe isn't even happening right now if you had gone to Kentucky.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, but Kentucky fans thinking, dang, we could have had Jabari.
I know. I know, right?
But you went to the right place. But you are now with TyTy, who went to Kentucky. I think that when you played them, though, he was hurt.
He got hurt like in the first 4 minutes of the game.
Yeah, so you didn't get them at full strength.
No, didn't get him at full
strength. So you don't even get to talk trash about it.
No, I do. We won. I'm always gonna say that, but his comeback is always he was hurt and all of that. But I'll take the W.
Yeah. What makes TyTy special? You're a new teammate.
I just love how he always plays the right way. Like he don't try to like get out of his body and like do stuff he know he can't do. You know what I mean? Like he's not gonna try to score 30 and just he's capable of scoring 30, of course, but he's not gonna like force it. You know what I mean? Like he's real chill, real encouraging. He plays hard, always making the right pass, and he just lets the game come to him. So that's what I love about him.
What do you love about Jalen Green?
Jalen Green, he's real. I haven't played with him yet, but as I've seen, like he's real competitive. He plays with that little fire a little bit, and I like that. So just his ability to score, his ability to just do so much, like I can't wait to play with him.
Now you know it, like Jalen and Josh, you're entering a real stylish team.
Yeah.
Are you gonna have to step up the fits?
I mean, I'm gonna try to, but I ain't gonna be on all of that. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I'm gonna try to.
You're like, you're gonna do it your way.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it my way.
All right, I got you. I know that on your chest you have "Forever Humble" tatted, right? How has that kind of guided your life?
Just through all of the success and through all of the accomplishments, not forgetting where I came from, not forgetting what got me here, not forgetting the people who helped me get here. So that kind of just keeps me grounded and always remind me to just treat people the right way, no matter who they are, no matter how famous or how high up you get. Never forget where you came from.
Do you feel like that is something that you will have to not remind yourself of, but be very cognizant of as your life continues to change?
Definitely. Just as the money comes and the playing on TV however many days, it's like a lot of people are gonna know you. A lot of people are gonna push your buttons. A lot of people are gonna try to get certain reactions out of you. You just gotta remember, like, to remain yourself. Always treat people the right way and just remain who you are.
So I can tell, when you talk about, whether it's what happened with Orlando draft night, or if it's, Kentucky not seeing your potential early, that you have a very deep confidence in your abilities and you believe yourself to be the best or one of the best. How do you think that will manifest this first year in the NBA?
I think it'll show, really, like, just my work ethic and just my attention to detail and my unselfishness will really show this year. Like, I feel like we're going to win some games, and I feel like I'm going to be a big reason why.
Is being slighted something that you feel like motivates you or pushes you?
Definitely. I like to prove people wrong. I like to what you call them, doubters, haters, or whatever.
Yeah.
I like to prove them wrong a little bit. So that's what kind of motivates me. But at the same time, it's like you can't let it, like, if you're not proving them wrong, you can't let it affect you. You know what I'm saying? So you got to remember that too.
Yeah, you still got to live for you, but just be
definitely.
aware of
but when
what.
I prove them wrong, I'm gonna let them know for sure.
Oh, you're gonna let her know. You're gonna let her know. I believe that, as you should, as you absolutely should. Okay, what will be success for Houston this season?
I feel like success would be a better season than last year. Honestly, I feel like our goal would be to make the playoffs, but as you see how the West is stacked up. It's going to be tough, but it's definitely going to be a goal that we're going to be working for, we're going to be trying to achieve. But ultimately, I just feel like a better season than last year and a trend in the right direction is definitely what we're looking for.
So I know who you're excited to defend, but what team are you most excited to play?
What team? I'm definitely excited to play the Warriors, just because they just won the finals and that dynasty is kind of becoming like a thing. So I just want to really play them and see how that is and just be able to tell my friends, like, yeah, it's for real.
Yeah, like, they are really about that.
Yeah.
I love talking to younger basketball players because in so many ways, you guys have been shaped by the new style of the NBA. How did watching the Warriors, watching Steph, watching Clay, like, shape how you play basketball?
It's like when you see them play, you see how small they were playing, you see how many threes they were shooting. It's like, and they were winning while doing it. So it's like, teams are going to go to that. Like, teams are going to be like, okay, they won a championship doing it. Now let me try. Now let me try. Now teams are all doing it, but just all in different ways. Like, you know, the Warriors changed the game forever. Like, threes is something that's going to be a part of the league forever, and it's going to keep going up that way. So, like, watching that, it just seems like you have to be able to shoot. Like shooting is something that's mandatory in today's game if you're not 7 foot or if you're not, you know what I mean? It's still people out there, but it's like, it's real slim, especially if you're shorter. Like, shooting is something that you have to be able to do. Yeah. And that's just something that I focused on, like, growing up, not knowing how tall I would be, not knowing any of that, just always focusing on being able to shoot and that being a thing that, like, people can check off real quick. Yeah.
But so you growing up focusing on shooting the three, what was that a direct result of? Was it because you saw them and how the game was going, or was it, you know, your dad telling you to focus on that? Why did you?
Kind of both. Kind of because my dad told me to focus on it, and I didn't want to limit myself, and I wanted to be able to do all things. You know what I mean? Watching Kevin Durant, watching LeBron, and all of those type of guys, like, they don't have no limits. So I want to be like that.
Okay, nice. Well, before you go, I mean, I definitely have to ask you about this because our friend Jackie out there told us you are a big Atlanta rap fan.
Yeah.
Okay, you got to tell me top 3 Atlanta rappers.
Top 3, that's easy.
Okay, I'll do 3. I was going to say 5, but I want 3.
I'll do 5, whatever you want.
You're like, I'm in it.
I'm with it.
Okay, give me 5.
5? Okay, so Atlanta. Are we doing all time or, like, my personal favorite?
What do y'all think we should do? All time or his fave? I think all time.
I think all time.
You have to do all time.
If I forget some people, they're gonna be mad at me. Okay, I'm not gonna do no specific order.
Okay, just your all time 5, no order.
Okay. Favoritism is definitely in this, by the way.
Okay.
But I gotta go like Outkast, Jeezy, this is tough. I'm gonna go Future. Okay. That's 3. I'm trying to think. I'm gonna go Young Thug.
Okay.
And for the 5th one, I know I'm forgetting somebody. I don't know about the 5th one. I can't remember.
Well, I'm gonna say number 1. You had to say Outkast.
Yeah,
you passed that test. In my head,
Outkast.
I'm like, how old is he? Is he gonna say it?
I had to say Outkast.
Okay, I do have just like an overall music question. Okay, so I'm 30. I mean, like I listen to maybe just like a little different music than some of the younger guys. Everyone did this favorite rappers thing with NBA, and people were saying like NBA YoungBoy, and like I'm like, I do not know one NBA YoungBoy song, I don't think.
For real?
Like maybe I do, but I just don't know what it is.
That's crazy. You done heard one before, but you probably don't.
Yeah.
You ain't putting it in your headphones, listening to it. You know
I think I have like a very specific music taste, and that is like just a different thing that I haven't gone to. Yeah. So who are the kids listening to that I need to listen to?
I mean, Gunna is definitely one of them.
I listen to Gunna.
Okay,
you listen to Gunna. I listen to Gunna.
Okay, you talking about people you don't know about. Do you listen to Babyface Ray?
Okay, that's another one. I've like seen him. I have no idea. I only see him because he kind of has like some viral videos and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Babyface
he's
Ray.
somebody I started listening to recently that I really like. But I'm trying to think of somebody you wouldn't know. I don't know.
Okay, get back to me on that. I think I need to.
You really wouldn't know. I'm gonna definitely think about it.
You got to relate to the kids these days.
Yeah, I feel you.
Like everyone I'm listening to is like old. I need to expand my palette. Any Twitter questions? Not Twitter questions. App questions.
Asked, is Lil Baby on the list?
Oh, my bad. But I was thinking more like older, but I didn't want to forget somebody in my past, and then my dad be like, "How you forget?"
How you forget it?
Yeah, but Lil Baby definitely would be in my top 5 for sure.
You didn't say TyTy.
I was thinking TyTy, but it's like, I don't know.
Is he?
I was really more focused on not missing nobody like that's really should be in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Okay, people are asking to hear some highs and lows from your high school career.
People are asking to hear highs and lows from your high school career.
Highs and lows from high school. I would say I had a lot of highs, you know what I'm saying? But some of the lows would be like just playing some of the players who were considered better than me, or playing some of the players who were just how I went into it. I feel like I went into it wrong. I feel like sometimes I went into it this is when I was like younger, like sophomore, maybe junior. I think I went into it wanting to prove myself and wanting to outplay them rather than going into it ready to win the game and ready to really impact my team and really win. So when I became a senior and I played against like Paulo and Chet in the Pangos camp, it was like I really want to win the game. I don't want to focus on this matchup because if I focus on winning the game and taking care of that, everything else will take care of itself. So that's one lesson I learned. And also, as I got highly rated, people playing at me, people trying to get under my skin and trying to just do little stuff to just kind of throw me off. It was like I really laugh at it, like, come on, bro, like,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's like little stuff like that. It's just feel like just always focus on winning and always keep the main thing. I would say. Do
you talk trash?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah. Like, what kind of trash talker are you?
I'm not the type to just go at you first, but like if you say something to me, I'm gonna be in your ear the rest of the game.
Yeah, rest of the game.
Yeah.
Not stopping.
Sure.
Okay, I like that. Is there anyone you're excited to talk trash to?
There's a lot of trash talkers in the league, so
many.
The best would probably be, I would probably say like Draymond Green, John Morant. I don't know, everybody talk. They say Kevin Durant is a real good trash talker, but he's kind of like that too. Like he won't say nothing if you don't say nothing. So I'm gonna probably just leave him alone. I would probably just leave him alone.
You're like, I'm not gonna give him any ammo.
Yeah, I would just leave him alone. But yeah, those probably two guys I really want to see what they on.
So you just alluded to it talking about paying the Pangos with Paolo and Chet. When did you know like Chet was a pro?
Really watching him, like when. Like in high school, watching his games, and just really, when I really played against him, I was like, yeah, he's gonna be good. Just because his ability to like space the floor, his ability to do so much, and he's tall, he's long as I don't know what. So it's like, it's crazy. So like that asset, and people say he's not strong and all of that. Like he's not just weak. You know what I mean? Like playing against him, he's not just somebody you just gonna bully. Like he's not soft. He's not none of that. Like. He's going to get stronger as age comes, and like I feel like he'll be fine in the NBA.
It had to be weird for him to like read all these articles about himself and everybody talking about like his body, his durability, him being weak, and him being like, there's more to that.
Yeah.
Was it weird for you hearing people critique your game and you're like, that's not right. I'm actually good at this.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like it kind of shows you what you want to showcase, but at the same time, it's like when people talk about like my ball handling and stuff like that, like I feel like that's something that's going to come as I get older and just get stronger. But right now, it's not something that I'm finna just try to show y'all. Like, I'm not finna be out here trying to look like Steph Curry when that's not what I can do right now. Like, I'm not finna try to do that. But am I working on it? Yes. Would somebody say he needs to work on this, he needs to work on this? Like, how can you say I'm not working on it? You know what I mean? So it's like kind of thinking about that, but at the same time, doing stuff in the game I know will help my team win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It probably doesn't feel like it in this moment, but for you being able to hear what people are saying about you, whether it's your ball handling, if they're talking about your summer league performance, whatever, even things that you dealt with on draft night, I think in the long run, having that experience now really will help you because you got like an instant crash course into what it is like to be an NBA player and have all these lights on you. So in some ways, I think it's going to be beneficial.
Definitely. Even like my first 2 summer league games, it was like they wasn't my best games, but instantly people was like, man, you know what I'm saying crazy stuff. Like, it was to the point where I had to just delete my social media. Like, I can't even, like, read this. So it was like, it got to that point, and this feel like I'm glad I got to, like feel that, like, now. You know what I mean? And I feel like it didn't affect me at all, but it was just like, dang, people really saying this? Like, off 2 summer league games? Like, so it was like, it was just to deal with that was kind of beneficial.
Yeah. Oh, all the internet is overreaction.
Yeah.
And people talking about things they don't like really know what they're talking about. I think that it's probably best to like not pay attention to that, not get it any stock, but to be aware, like, okay, I'm gonna prove this. This is what they're saying, but they're wrong, and I'm out to prove that for sure. Any other ones?
Couple. Personal goals for the year and your goals for the Rockets for the year.
Personal goals for the year and your goals for the Rockets for the year.
Personal goals would be, of course, winning Rookie of the Year. That's one personal goal I feel like every rookie's gonna say. And team goal, like I said, like trending in the right direction, winning more games than last year, and showing obvious growth. You know what I mean? And for overall making the playoffs, like that's gonna be our main goal. That's gonna be our main focus.
What player was your inspiration growing up?
What player was your inspiration growing up?
LeBron James, easily. Like he was like around the age I was growing up. Like he was he was that deal. So I had LeBron posters in my room. I was a Heat fan for that little stint. Then when he left, I threw all of it away. It was like, then he went to the Cavs, and I was a Cavs fan. It was like, LeBron was somebody I just always idolized and looked up to.
Have you had any interactions with him?
Nah, nope.
What do you think that first conversation will be like? Or you feel like it's going to happen on the court?
I don't know. I don't know how it's going to be, but I've never even seen him in person.
Really?
Yeah, I've never seen LeBron in person.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like, when I was younger, I went to a Hawks versus Heat game just to see LeBron play, you know what I'm saying? But he didn't play. Like, he sat out. Him and Dwayne Wade sat out.
No!
Yeah, it was a Hawks game.
Oh my gosh, wow, so you've never seen him?
Nope.
Okay, so if you were to see him outside of the basketball court, right, what would you say?
I mean, I wouldn't be like no fan or nothing, you know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely gonna be like, that's LeBron. I gotta say something. So I'm gonna just probably dap him up and be like, "What's up?" I'm not gonna. I wouldn't say nothing too crazy, but I'll definitely be like, "What's up?" You know, I'll probably just say, "What's up?" Dap him up and keep it pushing. Really.
Yeah, but that was like
I'm
growing up.
definitely
That
gonna
was
be like, pull out my phone. I just talk to LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm definitely doing that.
Good, yeah, because you can't show it to him, but you can text your friends.
I definitely got to do that though.
Oh, I love that. Any more?
Yeah, we can do this as the last one. Would you rather dominate against LeBron and Steph or Chet and Paolo?
Would you rather dominate
what?
against LeBron and Steph or Chet and Paolo?
LeBron
The
and
old school or the new school?
LeBron and Steph, definitely. What?
Yeah, definitely. What current NBA players, if any, have you gone to for like advice or encouragement or like have helped you along the way?
It's a lot of people from Georgia. It's a lot of people that have been in the gym with me, like while I was growing up, like Jordan McRae, like Lou Williams, I'm trying to think. Derek Favors has told me some things. Trying to think. Kevin Murphy. It's kind of like older guys and kind of guys who are from Georgia who I've like played pickup with and just been around, always teaching me new things and just encouraging me really.
Good. Well, hey, I'm very excited to watch you for the Rockets. You better put on for Georgia, okay?
I got you.
Don't let me down.
I got you.
No, thank you so much for your time and enjoy hot Vegas. I'm getting out of here.
Appreciate it. Thank you.